north. Man, what did I do to get up here? Here comes the rain. Oh, come on. Just due to the way that boards shrink when they dry, and also just inaccuracies in milling, these boards are not all the same width. Now, most of them are pretty close. So this one's just over 8 1/4. This one is exactly 8, and that one is 8 1/4. So for the most part, I would say 90% of them are 8 1/4. So anything that's 8, for example, is going to be discarded, set aside. And anything over 8 1/4 will also be set aside. So now I'm going to cut all these boards to lengths that line up to the exact center points of my roof rafters. So I've made myself a little chart here that measure the roof rafter spacing and made combinations of board lengths that add up to 18 feet, which is the total width of the roof. That's good. Good morning. It's almost time to start putting these boards on the roof, but before I do that, I want to thank Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. When I'm out here alone, I tend to fall short of a nutritious diet. You could say I've had some guilty pleasure dinners. That's what I love about this AG1 drink. In just one scoop, I'm getting 75 different ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. That's pretty cool. Since I started taking AG1, my energy levels have certainly increased, and it's the kind of energy that sticks with me throughout the day. It also helps with recovery. After a hard day's work, I'm ready to go again the next day. So if you want to give this stuff a try, it's really easy. Just one scoop of AG1, 8 ounces of water, and you're good to go. do sincerely recommend this stuff. So go place your order at athleticgreens.com/trustandtimber, links below. And Athletic Greens is going to give my viewers 1 free year supply of vitamin D with their first purchase, along with 5 free travel packs. So go place your order. I got to lug all these boards up onto the roof, so you're not going to miss anything too exciting. Probably enough 10-footers. I'm going to throw a few 8-footers up. We'll start spacing it out. All right, first board is up. Get me down. Done. I do have a harness, and I will wear it. I just going up and down, lugging the boards. I mean, it's hard to be tied down right now. But once this is all sheathed and I'm doing the actual roofing and I can potentially slide, I obviously will wear the harness. But at this point, I don't know how much it's going to help me. All right, we're making some progress here. Got the first little section on, but it's a hot sun right now, and I got some special guests. So we're gonna have a little lunch here and enjoy our siesta. Say hi to YouTube. Hello. You're on camera. Hello. country style bread. Some hard crust.
Yummy.
Are you getting hungry, Sam? Oh yeah, look at that. Yummy. 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 Hard to do it with one hand? Hard to do it with one hand, Mama? Test, test. Alright, dig in. Bon appetit. Whichever one you want. That one's for you, sweetheart. A little smaller piece. Oh. Yummy, hey?
Yummy.
Okay, that one's got a little skin on. You want that one?
Sure.
Okay. There's lots more there for one. I'm not sure which she likes more, salmon or steak. Guys are eating bugs. Alright, we just had a nice lunch. The girls are reading books in the tent. It's time for me to get back up onto that roof. Okay, how are we doing there?
Go up a little bit. Higher, higher.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Yeah, but the board looks like it bows down a little bit.
Yeah, I can also...
So just where you need to touch
Oh, you know what? This board looks kind of crooked, hey?
Yeah, it does.
What you gotta do, measure down your 4 feet, put your screw right there, a little bit, just a touch proud because of the angle. Now you know your plywood is gonna line up flush with the front of your ceiling. There's going to be a metal cap that goes over this. It's called a drip guard, so it can be a little off. Water's going to go on the roofing material, and then if it goes over, it's going to hit the drip guard and then drip off this way. So got a bit of lenience there. from the north. Okay, here we go. Man, what did I do to get up here? Oh. Whew. Glad that's done. It's a windy night. Trees are really blowing like crazy. Luckily, they provide just enough wind protection that I feel okay up there. Every once in a while I feel a gust, but this thing's solid. I'm looking forward to cabin life. I think I've got my fill of tent life over the years. Brain food. There we go. Bit better that way. Oh, but now I got more gap here. I can't imagine building anything without a chisel. I know professional home builders don't, but I mean, chisels, the best tool. Okay, let's give this a go. Much better. Yeah, that I can live with. See, if I didn't fix it, if I didn't bring it up here, I was down here and then every board was going to be off, so I had to get myself back in alignment there at the joint. So most people would just put plywood right on top of the rafters, but if I were to do that, I would see that plywood from inside the cabin. Since I'm not insulating from inside, I want to see that exposed roof rafter, and so I decided to put pine boards on the top of the roof, mostly for the visual from inside the roof, and then I'm still putting plywood on top because the pine boards are going to have some gaps in them. I could have tried to mess around with tongue and groove, but it was easier just to put the boards up and then sheathe it with plywood on top of that. So, and also going 1/4 inch plywood instead of 3/4 inch plywood makes it a lot lighter and easier to manage. So a little easier to work with using smaller boards and thinner plywood than just do a real thick plywood. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going. Okay, now let's do that measurement. So once I get it up there, I have to be able to stop it from sliding back. So we know at 4 feet, that's its depth. I can put a screw. And now it'll rest against that. Oh, glad it's not windy. Actually, it is windy. Whew. Okay. There we go. Nicely in the track up there. Perfect. I think that'll go down. So what I'm doing is just like a slight drip, just so that water drips off of here. It's not dripping into here. I want it to drip onto the outside, same thing here. So like a 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Like I said it before, there will be a metal cap that goes over that, but just in the meantime. Yeah, that's right. Bedhead at 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm my own boss. I can go take a nap whenever I want. I can never cut it on a normal construction site. I'm definitely a siesta guy. I'm wake up early, get the job done, sleep during the high sun, and then get back to work in the evening. So it's time for me to get back on the roof. You see this board here, I gotta pull down a lot, so I'm gonna put in a 4-inch U2 fastener, suck that down. I got a confession to make. I'm starting to get a little too confident on the AG1. Yesterday I ate a whole pint of the full-fat Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream, and I feel it today. I absolutely feel it. AG1 makes me feel great, but you can't just eat ice cream all night and think you're gonna be fine. So, not quite at my full game today, but I'm pulling myself back together. Come on, there we go. Come on. We got this. There we go. The old broom. There we go. So I'm reducing my scaffolding. I gotta bring the plywood up this side now and then try to fit it through those joists. So I'm gonna take this out as well because I don't need it anymore. It's coming along in here. I guess I can throw this down because I don't think I need it up here at all. Ooh, what if I built out that way? Hey, that's kind of a cool idea. I could run these boards that direction and then run a board along it, so I've got a plank to stand on up there on the outside rather than have to use a ladder. And then at the very end I just got to unscrew them from inside here, pull them out, and then I just have to do the last few boards. So I don't quite have enough boards here to bring it down, but I wanted to get the plywood on the roof because once I get these boards in, I might not be able to get the plywood out that way. Whoa, here comes the rain. Can't get through a roof without getting rained on, I guess. It's about to start getting wet and slippery, so I gotta really be careful now. Hey, look at that water dripping off of it. Let's get the far one out of the way. Come on. Break it to this one. See, now I'm pushing it down. Now the water's going to be able to go over. But certainly it's not a waterproof roof yet. I'd prefer if this wasn't raining. Okay. No bubbles. Tack one more right here. I've got my plywood lined up in a perfect grid, 8x4 sheets, 2-foot sheets, and 8x4 sheets, which normally you wouldn't want to do. Normally you want to stagger your plywood so that your structural supports are offset. But since I'm using these pine boards and locking everything in with the pine boards, it really doesn't matter what I do with the plywood. All right, so it's starting to clear up in here. I've got my new scaffolding built outwards, bolted down onto my second sills here, and I'm going to put this plank on the outside of the rafters to give myself something to stand on out there. Now it's a heavy plank, so I'll see how this goes. Go. So close to getting done this morning, but heat is just too much. Gotta go sit in the shade and stay cool and wait it out till about 4 p.m. and the sun goes behind the tree line again, and then I'll finish up that last little bit on the back. Well, the sun's almost behind the tree line, so I guess that means I need to get back to work, but I think this thing's almost done. I just wanted to make a little scraper for the cast iron, something that I could both flip stuff with, but also scrape the cast iron to clean it, and scrape the grill or choppa or whatever I need, something I don't need to be too precious with. That's nice and tough. And so I made this little piece of yellow birch, and I think it's going to serve the purpose just fine. So nice thing to do in a hot sunny day. Just tuck it to the shadows, carve a spoon, and then wait for the heat to pass. But it has passed, and time for me to get back to work and finish this roof. Despite how sketchy this looks, it's actually really solid. I could not pull this over if I wanted to. This is the new spatula. Yeah, it works really good already. This is exactly what I needed. And then I can kind of scrape the cast iron with.
I also often put some paper towel on the spatula and just move that around. And scoop it up. Put that on the fire. Another wipe out and it's pretty much ready to go. It's done. There we go. That's how I clean a cast iron.